So, my name is Eline Conijn. I am from the Netherlands and I'm working here as a young graduate trainee at ESTEC. The Young Graduate Traineeship is a program offered by ESA. It's a one-year program and it gives the opportunity to recently graduated students to get experience in the space industry. More specific, I'm working in the Earth observation division and then in the future missions. And this means that I look into new technologies that is interested for future missions. And very specific, I'm working on something called bistatic SAR. SAR is standing for synthetic aperture radar. And what this means actually, if you have a radar, similar if you have like the radar of the police radar, which detects speed with, we send out a pulse to the Earth, and then this is reflected back by Earth, and then you receive this. And what I'm looking into now, normally this is done by one satellite, that you send out a pulse and also receive it. Now I'm looking into if you have one satellite sending out a signal and another one receiving it. And I'm developing a simulator for this. The point is that you have on one hand the science, but this also sometimes to get results for your science, to do observations, you need instruments for this. And these instruments are normally developed and made by engineers. So the engineers are between the world and the scientists. So without scientists, we engineers will not have a job. But without engineers, the scientists could not do their work. Now, a typical working day is that I arrive in the office. Luckily, we have a very nice group of colleagues. So first we greet each other, talk what happened the day before. And then, of course, then we're going to start our working day. So for me, in practical, it means that I sit quite some time behind the computer. I do quite some programming. But of course, we also have regularly meetings with other colleagues to give updates, what kind of work needs to be done. I also read reports to check if the requirements are correct. We give updates, but mainly my day-to-day is quite involved with the computer. But it's more because I'm more focused on looking into a simulator. So it depends, engineering can be very broad. Some people work more with their hands, but for me I'm more focused on the programming part. For me it's a very challenging job and that is what I like. Every day I have new problems and I'm thinking, how do I solve these problems? It's also, I like the idea that I can contribute a bit, meaning that although it's a small part, but it's still what I'm doing, this could help other people as well. Because I'm working in Earth observation, so the observations we made could be used for the agriculture, for disaster management. And I like this idea that I can contribute on a large scale to help people's life to make it a bit better. Sometimes the space industry is you're planning for long-term missions. So the things I'm doing now might be flying in 10 years' time. So sometimes it moves a bit slow. This is, but as part of the space industry, you are there for the long term, running for the long term. I have to admit my career is at the moment, because I'm just recently graduated, so it's a relatively short career so far. But within my graduation, we were also doing, I've done 2 masters actually, because I've done 2 masters. My first master's thesis was in India, and there I was actually working with a small satellite company looking into a study to see if you could fly a constellation of small satellites and if you could use this for disaster management. So I think I obtained quite some interesting results that could be used for the company. And another completely different topic, I didn't know this much in advance, how it was really it was related to image processing, so the other side actually. So if you have images, how do you create nice images or work with this?